Good luck, Jordan. Tonight on Stripped Down, Jay Sempko, Josh Palmer,
what are you doing?
Teresa Sokerka.
You, me, Robert Palmer.
Are we still on the air? You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only one-hour local music showcase, the award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson, and tonight on Stripped Down's 48th episode, ladies and gentlemen, Zachary Lucky.
Up, it's getting late again. We're going out, we're starting a new trend. We're the midnight kids. We'd fill the car right up to the brim. We're driving far as we can get from this town. We're the midnight kids. Stick around any longer, we'll be done from old age, and this coffee needs to be stronger. We're staying up late tonight. Sit up on the ridge, the city lights, they're singing back at us. We're the midnight kids, and we would tell the truth and nothing more about the love and about all of the wars. We're the midnight kids. If we stick around any longer, we'll be done from old age, and this coffee needs to be stronger. We're staying up late tonight. If we stick around any longer, we'll be done from old age, and this coffee needs to be stronger. We're staying up late tonight. So tell me the truth, is there anywhere else you'd rather be than sitting here on this roof, talking about all that we could be, and in the morning we'll fall back down into our realities. Before now, here we are. We're the midnight kids. 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 We're the midnight kids.
Zachary Lucky in the Shaw TV studios tonight. You're watching Stripped Down. Feels like I'm home. Stripped down. The couches are back out.
Yeah.
One guy, an acoustic guitar. This is the vision I had of the show when I created it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I fell off the tracks a little bit for a while there. We had band after electric band, but really happy to be back here in the Stripped Down setting tonight. Feel free to have a drink. So
Yeah,
we're
sorry.
under the weather. Thank you so much for not canceling tonight. You woke up
Definitely.
this morning, what was up? You're in Regina, woke up sick as a dog?
We actually drove back last night, got in pretty late.
See?
The last show on tour was last night, and I guess my body's kind of not responding well to all the late nights and all the traveling and whatnot.
Still adjusting to the rock and roll lifestyle. Your body is very tour worn.
It is just the artist life, man.
It's been fun, though?
It's so tough.
2 months you've been on tour now?
Basically, minus a couple weeks.
Okay, so is it over?
Yeah,
now?
it's done now.
I extended it by 1 day. This is the finale.
This is it.
Of the Zachary
The hometown
tour.
show, yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, we'll talk about the tour after the first commercial break. But first of all, you're no stranger to Strip Down. This is your second appearance. You were here for the anti-Valentine's Day episode.
Definitely.
Where I jumped through big hoops to get We Were Lovers on for Valentine's Day. I thought that'd be good. We Were Lovers, Valentine's Day, you can't lose. Turned into be an anti-Valentine's
Yeah, pretty
Day
much.
show. We ripped hearts, or you guys ripped the hearts and put them on your instruments, and I guess they carried them with them on tour as well.
Definitely. They stuck in our instruments the whole tour, and yeah, I guess that's...
So the drummer went on tour with the stripped down zone, ripped heart on the kick, and Elsa had ripped heart on her keyboard for the tour.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And also the inside joke, people are probably wondering why the skull is on the couch. For some reason we brought it out again for the Valentine's Day show. You guys wanted it to be very anti-Valentine's Day.
We made a really big effort to hide it on the scene and to try and get it in any shot we could.
So it's kind of like your comfort blanket. You're on Strip Down. You asked for it tonight, so we brought it out. Do you know what that thing actually is? I found that behind the couch when we first started Strip Down. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's the 1983 Shaw TV Hide and Seek champion.
Really?
All right, let's move on. What are we going to hear tonight?
I'll probably be a couple older songs off my old EP, and then I'll probably just play a few more off the new record, which was just released.
All right, how's the voice holding out and being sick and everything? You got a lot of water. You got some coffee.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. The first song we just heard, what was it?
It's called Midnight Kids.
And Midnight Kids is about?
I wrote it about a season of my life that I went through, and particularly a group of friends I had. It was my last year of high school, and it was sort of it was a good time, and that song sort of reflects that, I guess.
See, this is what I love about Strip Down. You don't get to do a lot of this when you have big bands, because it's hard to get 7 people into a conversation.
Yeah.
But tell me how you write songs. I mean...
I don't... That's always a tough question to answer.
Well, like, do you say, okay, it's Tuesday afternoon, I'm not working, I'm going to go to the coffee shop, sit down with a pen and paper?
It usually, I find the songs, especially lately, they more so write themselves. I don't really like to force something out. I feel that when you try and force a song out or really make like a formula of it, it becomes not what it's supposed to be. It's no longer art, in my opinion. That's just how I find it lately. I find the songs write themselves, and there's no need to force it.
What do you get inspiration from?
A bunch of lame stuff, really.
Such as?
Work, friends, life.
Yeah, because there's nothing
really
lamer than Friends.
No, I know, they're so lame. Jeez. No, it's not, I would say just ordinary life. Life is a good thing. I think there's a lot of inspiration in that.
Let's scroll back to February when you were here as part of We Were Lovers. What do you prefer? Kind of being in the background playing, kind of a more electric, different style of music, or do you like being front and center, just you and the acoustic guitar?
They're two very different things, and there are pros and cons to each.
We Were Lovers seems like a super fun unit to be involved with, though.
It's a lot of fun. It's totally different creatively. Solo-wise, creatively, everything is on my back.
How much creative input do you have in We Were Lovers?
I think it's a pretty equal effort from all sides. Although I'm playing bass. It's 4 strings.
Yeah.
They'll be like, write a verse. Doesn't really work because it's not a bass. It's not the main instrument of the band. But no, I love both. Live, going on tour with them, it feels like every night's a party and every night's loud in clubs and stuff.
Well, it sounds like every night's a party when you're solo too, because you get sick.
It is, and it's not. I find with solo stuff, it's more so if it feels like you're in your living room every night, and it's more of an interactive thing where you're talking to the crowd and interacting. They're asking you questions, and I personally really enjoy that. I enjoy the smaller shows. I also enjoy playing the bigger shows with the band.
I'm guessing the venues are also different from when you play with We Were Lovers and when you play by yourself.
Quite different. We Were Lovers plays a lot of not all ages venues, a lot of clubs.
pubs and whatnot. I tend to play more so like arts centers or community halls, etc.
I find We Were Lovers has a very specific age group of fans, where you have quite a, your
Definitely.
solo stuff
Yep.
ranges.
I mean, I played many different shows. One of them was actually at an elementary school. It was a benefits concert for an organization, and a lot of those kids were younger kids, But there are shows I play that are much older. A much older audience comes out and enjoys it.
How hard is it to connect with an elementary school audience?
I think if they can see you enjoying it, then it's easier for them to enjoy it. They'll only enjoy it as much as you do. But it's all about just getting them involved and make them really feel a part of it.
Saskatoon and Regina, of course, famous for their great coffee house locations to play. What are some of the favorite places around Saskatoon you like to play? I know you've played that place, I can never remember what it's called, in Lawson Heights Mall, right?
No.
You've never played that? I thought I saw your name on the little marquee, no? You know of it, though.
Which, I don't know which one.
It's like a clothing store in Lawson Heights Mall that always has, every Saturday it has like...
I know where you're talking about,
Yeah.
but no, I haven't.
Oh.
I've played a bunch of different places around town. Mystic Java, Prairie Inc. I find I play a lot more all-ages shows, which are usually held at places like the Cosmo Center or Le Relais downtown.
A lot of Strip Down's crew are big fans of Zach Lucky.
Sweet.
But, okay, let's get to song number 2, I guess. Set the stage for this.
This is a good anti-Valentine's Day song.
Okay. It's called?
It's called Lonely Song.
And Lonely Song is about being lonely?
Vague. It's about being lonely. We'll just leave it at that.
All right.
And see what happens.
All right, take it away.
Cool. This town is too small for the both of us. Our love has come and gone, and I'm trying to find out what it means to be happy when I'm alone in this city. When I'm alone in this city. And I'm writing letters to everyone I know, just to fill my free time. And I'm making plans to leave as soon as I can. I don't know how far or where I'll land. I don't know how far or where I'll land. I wonder where you are and how does it feel to be alone and feel what's real. This is just another lonely song. My lonely heart will move along.
Lucky in the Shaw TV studios tonight, and I got that right? I'm supposed to call you Zachary when you're performing?
Sure.
It's just Zach if we're hanging out?
Sure.
Okay. That last song was?
Called Lonely Song.
And you're going to leave it vague?
We'll leave it vague.
Okay.
For all parties.
And that is available on?
My latest album called Maps and Towns.
All right, we'll talk about the latest album. We'll talk about the tour after
definitely.
the first commercial break. Stick around. We got lots more Zachary Lucky coming up. Right after this, you're watching Stripped Down.
Don't touch that dial. More Stripped Down after this.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Watching Stripped Down, a very sick Zachary Lucky joining us in the Shaw TV studios tonight. Once again, thank you so much for not canceling. I realize you're under the weather. Anytime you need to take a drink of water or some tea or whatever you're drinking in the big coffee mug, do what you need to do.
For sure.
All right, how's it going tonight? You hanging in there?
Oh yeah, definitely. Doing real well.
Let's talk about the tour. 2 months. And probably wasn't too long before that you were on tour with We Were Lovers, so your life is a big balance between touring and working.
And more touring.
That's got to be difficult.
No, it's
got to be difficult to get the body to adjust.
No, it's real good. I mean, it's a different lifestyle. You're constantly in the van driving, late nights typically, whether you like it or not, and typically a horrible diet. Yeah, but so you get used to it.
Turn the clock back 2 months. Was this your most ambitious tour you've taken solo yet?
Well, I mean, it started off at the beginning of March. I was gearing up for tour with We Were Lovers, and that was a really big tour for me. I had never been out for. We were out for about 3.5 weeks.
And that was you with We Were Lovers?
Yeah, that was me playing in the band.
Yeah.
But we went further than I had ever gone. I mean, we went all the way to Montreal, and then made our way down to Austin. So it was quite a long haul. But and then after that, I came home, had a couple weeks off, worked, and started rehearsing for the month-long tour that I just came off of, touring my new album.
When you go on tour solo, like do all the driving yourself and everything?
Well, I mean,
wolf?
There was 4 of us on this tour. There's 3 different acts. And then we had another friend who was kind of bouncing around between all of our sets playing various instruments. But I ended up doing a lot of driving this tour, which is good. I prefer to drive. I find, sitting in the back is boring and just sort of veg out. It's not really my thing.
All right, 2 months. Where'd you go?
Well, I mean, the We Were Lovers tour went here to Montreal, to Austin, came back to Saskatoon, and then after that, my solo tour, we went from Saskatoon to Winnipeg, to Regina, Calgary, out to the coast. We played about 3 or 4 dates on the island.
Really?
Which is my favorite place to play, definitely.
Or why?
Mainly the people, the crowds, the venues, the scenery. I mean,
how do they differ from here?
It's just it's a very different place. They're very laid back, very receptive to this kind of music, and it's just they're very hospitable, really wonderful people out there.
All right. So.
And then from there, we just started making our way back, and sort of retraced our steps. Went into Manitoba again, and now I'm home.
All right. So final performance until Stripped Down was last night in Regina. Mm-hmm. How did that go?
It was
Keep looking at your water.
Oh,
no.
No,
for it.
No,
I'll
it's
tap
good.
dance while you drink.
It's okay. Last night was really good. It was a very last minute show, but we ended up played with. I know Andy Schaff has been on the show here before.
Yep.
He headlined the show, and had a couple other friends that played, and it was really good. It was really last minute, like I said, and we got a good 80 kids out. So. It was really, really fun. A good way to end the tour.
There's always at least one scary story on every tour. Be it a vehicle breakdown or, the rebellion stayed in a haunted hospital once. Something like that hit me.
There, overall, I'm not gonna lie to you. This tour was very, very, very relaxed. Besides chewing each other apart in the van for,
I can't imagine Andy Schaff chewing anybody out.
Oh, he wasn't on the tour, but although I have toured with him before. Yeah. But when you're in the van with 3 other guys for 8 hours at a time, it's pretty tough not to find something to poke fun at. But it's all fun and games. I mean, it's part of the artist's life.
It seems like it would probably be I don't want to say worse, but more competitive with We Were Lovers, just the way you guys were razzing each other that time.
Oh yeah, no, we do. It's all fun though, it's a fun group of people. I like that band.
Good. All right, let's get to some more music. Song number 3.
I'm gonna play a song called "Our New Home."
Our New Home. Okay.
And it's the title track off my new album.
All right.
Yeah.
Take it away. We'll talk about it after.
Cool.
Pack your bags, we're leaving soon. If we're on time, we'll be gone by noon. One more road, another new home. A million faces that we don't know, that we don't know, that we don't know. Pack the boxes, we'll move the couch, we'll fill the fridge, the neighbors are loud, and we will turn out the lights. We'll sing our songs into the night, we'll sing our songs, we'll sing our songs. We'll sing our songs. We'll sing our songs. Well, this is our new home. Well, this is our
Zachary Lucky in the Shaw TV studios tonight. How's the voice holding out?
Good.
All right, let's talk about the last song you just played. Title track off the new album?
Yeah, it's called Our New Home.
And Our New Home is about?
It was kind of like a, you know, people write novels. It was sort of my version of like a short story. I remember writing, it was late at night. I mean, I guess you could say it's inspired by a lot of things. Last year I spent some time abroad, studying abroad, and you know, just the thought of finding a new home and finding your place in a new city, adjusting to the culture and the life there.
Where were you?
I spent some time in Sydney, Australia. It was good. It was really good, and it, you know, quickly became my home. And then, so I had to learn to adjust to live there, and then I also had to learn to adjust living back in Saskatoon. It's quite different when you move away and come home and realize life has carried on without you, and then finding your place again. It's always a challenge.
Let's talk a little more about home. Where were you born and raised? Right here in Saskatoon?
Born and raised here, lived in the same house my whole life.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good. I mean, this is home, and it always will be. I don't know if I'll always live here, but I know I'll probably end up back here eventually.
All right. How did the musical career get going?
Well, I mean, throughout my younger teen years, I experimented with a bunch of different bands and genres.
What was the most embarrassing teenage band name you played under? Everybody's got one.
Oh Lord, I played in a band called. Embarrassing name. I'll say this. Latter part of high school, I played in a band called Tuxedo Mask. Sailor Moon reference.
Yep.
I don't even know how we ended up with that name, but
I said yeah, like I knew that, like I was agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sailor.
He watches Sailor Moon.
It's
okay.
It's not like I have a Sailor Moon calendar. I totally.
You can just admit it. It's okay.
Let's go on.
Yep.
Sailor Moon.
But no, it was a lot of fun. That band was a lot of fun. That really was like the first large stepping stone to me realizing that music was what I wanted to do. We started playing a lot of local shows, had a chance to go play a music festival out in Edmonton. That was the first really large-scale show I ever played. So it was a big stepping stone to where I am now, I think.
Well, playing guitar is about as cool as Sailor Mercury, so how did you decide
Sailor Moon.
guitar?
Sailor Moon.
Mercury. Isn't there a Sailor? Weren't there a bunch of them?
I don't
Sailor
know.
Mercury? Sailor?
No, sure.
See, I assume you knew.
No, I don't know.
Okay, let's stop talking about Sailor Moon. We're both
Guitar.
embarrassing ourselves.
You
Okay.
said something about guitar.
Yeah. Why did you choose guitar?
I just had a general attraction to the instrument. You know, I guess my grandparents both play it, and I was raised around that. They hosted country jamborees every year, and I saw them playing, and it just sort of seemed natural. I mean, I didn't like any instrument. Learning it is always a challenge, but once it sort of clicked, it was just natural. You know, it's what I do.
Talk influences. Your grandparents, I guess.
Like musically.
Yeah, your styles are quite different when I see you play with We Were Lovers and this.
I really appreciate all different kinds of music, whether it's, you know, more rock stuff or you know, even some heavier stuff. But mainly I stick to folk or you know, alt country stuff. As far as bands that I enjoy, I listen to a lot of Wilco.
Okay.
The earlier Bob Dylan recordings, Fionn Regan, a lot of that lately.
I don't want you to date yourself, but it usually happens in high school. What was like the song or the concert that you saw that made you go, okay, I want to be up there?
Oh man, I don't even know. I don't know if there was a particular song. It just sort of, I didn't even, in high school especially, I didn't know that that playing music was going to be my career or that I wanted it to be. I think it more so happened while I was away in Australia. I came home realizing that's what I wanted to do.
What happened in Australia that made you realize that?
I went to school.
Yeah?
And I realized that school wasn't necessarily for me at this point in my life.
You were like, man, this is hard. I want to go back home and play guitar.
not even that, but it's just that I'm young and I feel that, you know, obviously we're all created to do different things, and I just feel like this is what I should be doing right now at this period of my life. I'm young. School will always be there. Eventually I'll get too old to tour around and stuff, so I might as well do it while I can.
That's not true.
Yeah, okay.
You're never too old to tour the prairies anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's get to another song. If you're still holding out, okay? The voice is holding?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let me know if I can make you some hot tea or something while you play. Song number 4.
It's called Broken Trees.
Broken Trees.
And it is the single off of my last album, Common Dialogue.
Well, we'll talk albums after this.
Cool.
All right, take it away.
Broken trees and fallen leaves, it's fall time. These broken hearts, they've grown apart, but it's alright. I can only hope the best for your future life, but please never leave my side. The autumn rain, it's pouring down and I'm soaking wet. And all those words you spoke last night, I heard no regrets. And sometimes these things take longer than we thought they ought to. But please never leave my side. And I hope we spend many more nights talking in the dark, not masked by appearances and false remarks. 'Cause all those words you spoke last night, I know that they were true. All those words you spoke last night, I know that they were true. And all those words you spoke last night, I know that they were true. But please never leave my side. Please never leave my side. Please never leave my side.
Zachary Lucky in the Shaw TV studios tonight. We have to take our second commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to play, bam, 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer and talk about this hood. What's the deal with the hood? So lots to stick around for. Lots more Stripped Down, lots more Zachary Lucky right after this break.
Don't go anywhere. More Stripped Down after this.
You've seen a Canadian $1 coin, so you're probably familiar with the common loon. It's no surprise that this water bird represents our country. Have you ever sat by a lake and listened to the loon's haunting calls? You probably wonder what all the noise is about. Its calls can mean anything from, I'm over here, to stay away. Humans enjoy Canadian lakes just as much as loons do. But if we're not careful, the wake from our boats can destroy their nests. And lead sinkers and jigs can poison and kill loons if they swallow them. So here's how you can help. Keep boats away from nesting areas and swimming birds, especially ones with chicks too young to dive or fly away. And if you're fishing, use non-lead sinkers and jigs so you won't harm the loons. And that's just a start. If you go to hww.ca, you can learn more about loons and find ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa. Oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors.
Oh, honey, not in the car.
Like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide.
Oh, no.
And lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
We're back. Zachary Lucky in the Shaw TV studios tonight. Again, under the weather. Again. Thank you for not canceling at the last minute.
Yeah, no worries, man.
So you just woke up this morning. It's not the swine or bird flu thing, is it?
I don't know. It might be. I was out in the island, so you never know.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, I don't know anything about it. Being on the road and stuff, I don't hear much of the news.
I found that when I was going to school out in Manitoba. I was always super busy, and then there'd be a long weekend, and I'd come home, and after the first time I had like about 8 hours of sleep, I'd wake up sick as a dog. Like your body just keeps going and going and doesn't realize it's sick till you actually finally get a good sleep. So once again, thank you for not canceling.
For sure.
That would have thrown our show into turmoil. We're on episode 48. Episode 48, we're counting down to 50. We got a big 50th episode planned, and if we had to cancel tonight, then that would have been like episode 49. That wouldn't have worked. So thanks for saving Strip Down from start to finish, Zachary Lucky.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about your discs. First of all, let's throw to your website. Actually, first of all, I'm getting this way out of order. I got so excited. 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. This is our weekly segment. We try to see if you've played with someone who's played with Josh or if you've played directly with Josh. You know who Josh Palmer is.
Roughly. I think he was on Canadian Idol.
Yeah, you may be getting him mixed up with Teresa Sekirka.
Yeah, that's very good. Okay. No, I don't think I am.
Yeah, but you've played, I could probably do it myself. You've played with Elsa, who's played with Josh Palmer.
Definitely, yeah. So I sort of have friends that know him.
But you're just
and
kind of
apparently
outside
he's
the inner
delivered
circle.
pizza with a few of my friends. But I don't know him. Actually, I've never even met him.
Wow.
So it's bizarre in a town this small that I haven't met the guy, but...
Especially, yeah. Maybe on episode 50 I'll get you guys together. You can shake hands. And that's good TV right there.
Yeah.
You like powerhouses. Zachary Lucky, Josh Palmer. Okay.
Sweet.
Let's talk about, let's throw to your website really quick. Where can people go to learn more about you?
www.myspace.com/Zachary Lucky. And then there's links from there. There's many different sites you can go to. But that's a good starting point.
You're also on Bandcamp. That's something I'm not actually that familiar with.
Yeah.
I've heard it pop up a few times.
Bandcamp is a new website. It's basically an easier website for artists to sell their music from. It's a really clean website, which is nice for the artists. There's no advertisements or anything. But yeah, it's really great. I enjoy working with it.
So you can actually get it off there?
Yeah, you can download it, purchase it there.
Okay.
Both albums are up there.
And one is on iTunes as well, right?
Yep, my first album is on iTunes. The new one should be shortly.
All right, so let's go back in time. First album. What year are we looking at?
That is 2007. No, sorry, it came out in March 08.
Okay.
I recorded in 07.
March 08, that was like the debut of Strip Down as well.
Really?
That's crazy. That must have been a great month.
Yeah.
A great creative month here in Saskatoon.
Definitely.
How much work was putting a first album together?
To be honest with you, it was really rushed. I was getting ready to leave the country. We recorded it in a week in my friend's basement, me and him.
So you vocal guitars.
Yeah, and then there's a few other instruments as well.
Okay.
My friend Scott played some instruments.
Is this the Scott who almost came tonight? You were talking about possibly bringing another person on Strip Down with you.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, okay.
It just sort of didn't happen.
Okay.
But yeah.
But he was instrumental for the first album.
Yeah, and he records a lot of stuff, so he did the recording for that.
And the first album was, again?
It's called Common Dialogue.
Common Dialogue?
Yep.
And how did that do? Feedback from that?
It was, I was 19 when it came out, so I felt it was a good start, Obviously the songs in that album were quite a bit younger in terms of content as compared to my new one, I feel.
Okay.
But because I wrote all the songs during my last year in high school. Yeah, but I feel like there's a big difference between that album and this one.
All right.
So
let's talk about this album then. A year and a bit later, the second album comes out, and it was called, again...
Maps and Towns.
Maps and Towns.
Yep.
What's Maps and Towns? How does it differ from the first one, other than you're a little bit older? Sound pretty much the same, though?
Roughly same genre, I would say.
Okay.
Songs are quite a bit more mature, I feel. I guess the biggest difference for me this time was doing it in a studio. Makes a world of a difference. It's not just plunking around in a friend's basement, so.
All right.
But
Well, let's get to more music then, and we'll keep talking about the discs after. How's the voice holding out? I have
good.
to ask you this every time.
No, that's
if you
good.
ever can't sing, just give me the big X.
That's it. Yeah, no, good. This song is called Blanket Tent, and it's also on Maps and Towns.
All right.
Cool.
Take it away, sir.
Blanket tent to cover me from my doubts and my inconsistencies. I don't wanna keep on running, but for now that's how it'll be. Blanket tent to cover me. Blanket tent, bring me back to the days when we were younger, when we'd laugh at every little thing. Oh, what joy did it bring? Blanket tent, bring me back. Blanket tent, bring the night, the darkest of colors, the bright starry lights. And how we would talk on the telephone. Blanket tent, bring the night. Blanket tent, bring the cold. The winter months are long, we'll grow older. The snow will lock us in our dreams we will live. Blanket tent, bring the cold. Blanket tent, bring me peace. 'Cause the more I look, it's harder to see. But I'm not giving up until we found enough. Blanket tent, bring me peace. Blanket tent, bring me love. Never too much, but just enough to warm me through the night. I promise to hold on tight. Blanket tent, bring me love.
Zachary Lucky in the Shot TV studios tonight. We have to take our last commercial break, but first things first, that was off the current album. And the current album again is available on
iTunes, or actually it's available on Bandcamp, zacharylucky.bandcamp.com.
All right.
And shortly on iTunes.
When did it go up? When did you release it?
It was released second week in April.
Right before the tour.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense. Feedback from the new album.
It's been really good. It's currently being reviewed in a few different newspapers, and people are liking it, I guess. I'm really proud of the songs and how it sounds and everything. And so far, I mean, on the tour, it was a really good positive response. So. All
right, so second album under your belt. You're done touring it. What's next?
Well, I'm taking the summer off to write some new material and do some work with We Were Lovers as well.
Okay.
The fall is a little unknown, but hopefully it'll be mostly spent on the road. I can expect probably another EP and hopefully a full-length come winter 09/10, depending on how things go.
How much do you split your time between the two camps, between We Were Lovers and your solo stuff? Is it like 50-50 when it comes to
basically.
musical time?
I mean, with my solo stuff, I find it just whenever I'm home, I'm working on stuff. I'm recording or practicing songs, or We Were Lovers is more of a scheduled thing, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, we have to take our last commercial break, but really quickly, got to point out the hood. It really spawned this like gender debate here before we started rolling. I was like, Barry from Ultimo Euromoto gave me this awesome jacket today, and I was like, I should do the whole show with the hood up. Zachary Lucky said absolutely. Jordan and Sal and Adan said absolutely. The studio crew and Laura, the one girl, was like, no, don't do it. And I was like, what? Everybody but the one girl thought this looked pretty bad. All right, we have to take our last commercial break. Stick around. We have more Zachary Lucky coming up right after this.
Stick around, more Strip Down after the break.
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca.
Ultimo Euromoto men's clothing store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640.
The monarch's return after its long winter absence in Mexico and California is a sign that the Canadian summer has also returned. But because of environmental threats like pesticides and the loss of breeding habitat, the familiar orange, black, and white of Canada's best-known butterfly may become an uncommon sight. To learn more about the monarch and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zachary Lucky.
Well, don't ask me to sing for you, for I have no songs to sing. And these winding roads will bring me back home. And you've been out traveling across this whole world. And you're not so much a young girl anymore. Don't ask me all these questions, like why or where or how, 'cause these questions often crowd my mind. And I've been up late thinking about what this all really means. How this life just seems to pass us by.
Zachary Lucky in the Shaw TV studios tonight. How are you feeling, man?
I'm all right.
You're going to make it? We only have about 7-8 minutes left. Take a drink if you need to.
I'm good.
You, my friend, are a trooper. Sick as a dog, you don't cancel. You came in here and you toughed it out. That is
man.
awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. The last song?
It's fresh. It's brand new, so.
You were checking lyrics before.
A little bit, yeah. And I sort of had a little bit of a stumble there, but.
Unreleased?
Totally unreleased. I played it in the last couple shows, but it's, it's a couple weeks old. It's still pretty new to me.
Does it have a working title yet?
No, not yet. It's probably not done yet, but I like it a lot.
Did it come to you while on the road?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Vancouver. It was actually one of the mornings we had off in Vancouver. And like I said, it just sort of wrote itself. But
and it's still in the process.
Yep.
Okay. I asked you before what's up next, and you said you weren't sure. However, German Concordia Club Telemiracle fundraiser.
Definitely.
We have to talk about that. What do you know about that? I mean,
you probably know more about it than me.
I really don't. I'm interviewing somebody tomorrow about it, so I'll know then. But it's in June. But it's a Telemiracle fundraiser.
I'm playing on early. June 6th. I don't know what time. I know there's a bunch of artists during the day. Mm-hmm. And then I'm playing that evening with We Were Lovers as well.
Well, it's like stretched over 2 days, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some heavier bands playing Friday night, I believe. I believe it's Friday night on the 5th.
Yeah.
And then there's some more...
Screamer and stuff.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, like I said, but it's obviously it's going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm. You don't know the backstory at all? Or like who contacted you? Someone just said, hey,
so I got this random MySpace message saying, hey, I like your music, can you play this? And I was like, sure, cool.
I hope this opens doors, because every year at Folk Fest, I always go to the Concordia Club, and I'm like, man, this is such an awesome venue.
I've actually never been there.
It's really cool.
Is it?
And I'm like, they should actually bring in more, more talent here, not just around Folk Fest.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time.
Sweet,
Who else
man.
is on the build, There's like Jen Lane, Smoke Killer.
We Were Lovers. Mm-hmm. That's about all I know. These Hands I was playing as well. Yeah. He's from here /PA. It's really, really good.
All right, this question's probably going to be redundant, but I ask it every time on Stripped Down. A lot of bands have to come in and I force the acoustic stuff on them. They have to change what they usually do. This is probably what you're going to get if you take in a Zachary Lucky show.
Most of the time. Sometimes I play with an electric. Depends on the night, depends on the songs, the venue. I am pretty flexible, but I mean, I play a wide different number of venues and shows, and so every night's a little different.
Do you ever bring the Scott person along with you and play live with him?
There's a few different musicians I have play with me. This past tour, I had a friend named Jameson playing percussion and other various instruments. But yeah, it's good to keep things real.
How do you decide? Just hey, it feels like like a Scott evening.
It just sort of happens. It's typically, sometimes it's planned, sometimes it's not. A lot of the times it's not. You'll be like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Want to come play? Cool.
Nice.
So.
Do you have any other shows locally in the near future? Playing any more coffee houses?
Not right now. I'm taking the summer off. Yeah. So I mean, I got the show at the Concordia Club, and that's about it for right now.
All right, let's switch gears real quick. We Were Lovers. What's going on over there? Or are you on a need-to-know basis with that? I haven't talked to Elsa since
I've talked to Elsa briefly since I've been home, but I mean, I've been gone for a month, so it's not always easy to keep in touch. But I know we're working on some songs, hopefully doing a full-length sometime relatively soon, the next few months. It's really hard to say what's happening, but yeah, it's all looking good.
I don't want to peel back too many layers of your personal life, but you do work at a coffee shop. You used coffee. You sang about coffee in your very first song. How much inspiration comes from coffee?
I love the job I work at. I mean, it's a really you interact with people all day. You get to meet many different types of people, and it's overall it's just a fun, well-balanced
but
workplace.
You get to drink coffee all day. I mean,
awesome. Yes, I do.
I drink coffee all day, and I don't work at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
So, how does that fuel you? Like, are you just an addict like I am?
No,
I can't imagine.
I enjoy it.
I would never sleep if I worked in a coffee shop.
Your body gets used to it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. All right, did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No,
You mentioned you're a fan of House. You missing House tonight?
Are we allowed to say that on here?
Probably.
Yeah, no, I enjoy House.
Yeah?
He's a bit of a jerk. That's the whole point, though.
Yeah. You're dear to my heart. All right, Zachary Lucky, it's been a fun hour. Thank you so much for putting it in with your sickness.
Awesome.
So many others would have canceled.
Well, thank you for having me.
Closing words, Zachary Lucky. Check out my MySpace.
Check out my album. There you go. Closing words.
What are you going to get if you download the album?
Happiness.
Happiness?
Yeah.
There it is. Happiness. Compliments of Zachary Lucky. There it is. Episode 48. Thanks for watching. Thanks to tonight's crew and, of course, our sponsors, Mother's Music, Escape Sports, and Ultimo Moda. For all things stripped down, hit shawtv.com or go to myspace.com/stripdownsask for details on next week's episode, as well as pictures from every single episode past. This was episode 48, people. Next week, we hit you with number 49 and set your VCRs for episode 50. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a very sick, a coughing, an under the weather, Zachary Lucky. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to take the skull with me.
Give me somewhere to call home. Give me somewhere to call home. Well, I've been out on the road. Give me somewhere to call home. Give me someone to call my own. Give me someone to call my own. Well, I've been out all on my own. Give me someone to call my own. Oh, 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 daily bread. Please give me my daily bread. Well, I'm not leaving until I'm fed. Please give me my daily bread. Give me a roof over my head. Give me a roof over my head. Well, I am weary and I feel like I'm dead. Give me a roof over my head. Oh, 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 oh.
Coming up this week, episode 48. That's right, a brand new episode of Strip Down, 2 away from episode 50. Wait for it, wait for it. This week on Strip Down, Zachary Lucky.